Yeah, we're talking about learning Japanese because he's fluent in English and Japanese and French.
When we learn Japanese, they teach you nice textbook 文法的な日本語, but they don't teach you words like, as we were saying before, やっぱり。
やっぱりね。
例えばね、やっぱりわかった。
やっぱりわかったって言う? Do you say that?
Well,
it depends on the text. Yeah,
in the context,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
So, what context do you use that, and what context don't you?
We don't have that word for that in English.
No.
やっぱり?
There's no.
It's like you're revisiting the idea, right?
Right.
Yeah.
It's more a feeling, and going back.
Yeah.
And in English, we'll just say, "Oh yeah, I get it," but there's no やっぱり.
That's very similar to go figure to me.
Okay.
And I think やっぱり it's not the same, but say something happens and like やっぱり is kind of like that, like if he does something it's like やっぱりね. See, almost like I told you so.
Yeah.
And it's almost like go figure. Is that right? I
true.
Can't still get go figure.
Go figure is you're surprised.
Okay.
And
I think that's the key.
You should have known about it.
But go figure is you are surprised by the outcome.
That's right.
やっぱり is not.
Is not, right?
Yeah. So やっぱり is like I knew it.
I knew it.
I should have another cookie. No, I want to have another cookie, but やっぱりやめとく. Right? Like I should know better not to have one.
Exactly.
I can't really come up with the perfect translation for that, but yeah, やっぱりやめとく. Yeah, we'll think about something and やっぱりやめる. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and I don't know, the go figure thing drives me crazy because I can't really still understand how to use the word, the phrase. And like go figure and figures is different.
Yes.
Is it? Right? Like figures, I can understand that. Like, like, when it rains, what's the word? When it rains, it pours.
It pours.
Figures.
Yeah.
I can understand that. Like, if it rains, of course it has to. Or like
a logical outcome.
Right.
So
and figures. Yeah. Right. I don't use that a lot, but I understand. Yeah. Okay, やっぱり is a hard one. What else?
ちゃんと.
That's interesting.
Again, they don't teach us in class when to use it, when is appropriate to use it. But we hear in Japanese conversation, you say ちゃんと hundreds of times a day, it seems.
Isn't that like a probably?
It's like probably, but we never say probably in English in that way.
No, like a properly.
Oh, properly.
Isn't it? Like ちゃんと片付けてよ. Like, well, that's my 九州の方言ですけど. Make sure you clean up properly. ちゃんとしてよ. Or like say my son's trying to fold the laundry and I say ちゃんと畳んでよ. Don't when he's cleaning up, I won't say like don't just put everything in there to clean up properly. ちゃんと片付けて.
Yeah, you'll see mothers tell kids to make sure that you do.
Right. Yeah, ちゃんと is like that.
Right?
Yeah.
But it seems to me that I never hear make sure in English in a daytime. Yet my wife will use ちゃんと dozens of times in a day.
Really?
And I'm thinking, wow. So it's a construct of the language.
Yeah.
And it's a way of thinking. In Japanese, you use 念のため a lot.
念のため. Yeah.
And we can translate that out, again, to make sure.
Yeah.
Right?
It's
but 念のため
like
and ちゃんと are a little bit different, right?
Yeah.
And so when the Japanese use 念のため, we would use make sure.
Right.
or just to be sure. 念のため.
Yeah, like a double check-in.
Yeah, double check. But ちゃんと
Yeah.
we don't have a...
I can't understand like what other like context ちゃんと is used. Like what does Kazuya-san say when she says ちゃんと?
Usually directed at me or Ayla about, whether ちゃんと手洗ってください.
Okay.
ちゃんと片付けしてください.
Yeah.
These things, right? Things that we should do, but we always forgetting to do.
Or we neglect it. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Whereas in English, you wouldn't actually say the...
We don't say
we just
that
say, just
aloud.
do it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Clean up.
Yeah. In Japanese,
Brush
you
your
sort of
teeth.
like we have this convenient word to slide it in. Yeah. Like
As a
add
reminder.
It. Yeah.
And it puts you on notice that, you might have been forgetting to do this, and I'm gently reminding you so.
おせっかいね。
Yeah.
結構うざいかもなんかね。日本人。細かいから。
細かいよね。
日本人はね。
細かいよね。
What's the other word that like people learning Japanese always say? No, しょうがない。しょうがない, right? Yeah, like I don't really say that, but a lot of people say.
しょうがないですね。
I don't understand because I'm not really.
Yeah, in English, it sounds weird to say there's nothing that can be done about it. We wouldn't verbalize that.
Right.
But we will show that on our facial expression or in our actions. Instead of saying しょうがない, we might hit the table.
Yeah. It sounds so negative, right?
It does.
I don't really like the word at all. Like I almost never use it. I don't have that opportunity to speak Japanese much anyway, but yeah. Like even when you're trying to cheer somebody up, in English they say, there's nothing you could have done about this. And, like I'm so sorry, but it's a little bit different, right? Shogunai sounds so negative, like.
Yeah,
like,
an extension in English is don't worry, be happy.
Right. Yeah,
so,
because no one could make difference on this thing. But shogunai sounds like, I don't know, like every other people could have failed anyway. Like I don't know.
Shogunai, for us learning Japanese, is a great phrase because it holds lots of meaning. It's easy to use for us. And it fills in the conversation. So we feel we're contributing something even though we don't know the language very well.
Okay.
So I remember using it a lot.
Okay.
Because I could...
because aizuchi ne? Yeah, you can say, like, somebody says something, it's like, shoganai ne. What would that be in English? Like, like I've seen like some young Japanese students say that stuff like that in English. Like, I don't know, like even like I see, or like, well, you can say that again, or aizuchi. Interesting.
It's kind of a filler word, like そうですね.
So yeah.
Or, やっぱりそう. Just following in the conversation, right?
そうですね. Just so like.
And in English, very rarely do we say I see. We'll go
Yeah.
We don't tend to make a lot of words. So it's a fun phrase to learn for us because we feel that we're really speaking Japanese.
Yeah. そうですね. しょうがないですね.
Yeah.
No, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, well, like rambled on for close to 10 minutes, but
Cool.
hopefully we'll do this again.
Yeah, let's do this again. And
It's interesting because your native language is English and you learn Japanese, and I'm the opposite, right? Like my mother tongue is Japanese and I learn English, so like the conversation can go everywhere.
Yeah.
And I'm sure a lot of people have sort of similar things that people want to talk about, so let us know.
Exactly.